It is officially June, and that means that it is officially when is the new Smash character coming out season. So far, all we've been told is that June is when we are going to see the official announcement, and so now we just have to wait. Every day that passes is another day where we have to hope and pray that we're going to get some information. So in this video, I want to talk about what I think is going to take place during the Smash Direct or the Sakurai presentation, where we finally see who the ARMS character is in Smash. Tons of people have tons of theories, and I have made a whole video on my thoughts on that, so I'm not going to harp too long on who I think the actual character is, although if I am going to be honest, I hope that it's going to be Springman and Ribbon Girl as a duo character, and that is it. I know a lot of people are interested in having a four-way character or a brand new character, but in my opinion, it just feels the most correct to have Springman and Ribbon Girl in the same way that you would have male and female Inkling for a character. But there is a lot that can still be predicted when it comes to this presentation outside of just who the character is. For example, I think that it is going to be one of those Sakurai sit-down moveset overview type of reveals. Initially, they started doing those because of budget issues. If you remember, the Joker reveal was a generic voiced over with just gameplay video, but when we got to Hero and then all the way through to Byleth, Sakurai was doing those sit-down things, and the reason they said was because of the budget. I guess they couldn't afford, editors and having a full set group of people just to make those, so they decided, okay, let's make them ourselves. But now I think that they are just such a big hit that they will probably continue to do those, as well as, having the benefit of saving money. And speaking of money, this video is sponsored by Ridge Wallets. The Ridge Wallet is a light, sleek, industrial wallet that doesn't fold or bulge awkwardly in your back pocket, and it seriously changed my whole pocket situation. The Ridge Wallet holds up to 12 cards, plus room for cash, and has over 30 colors and styles with 30,000 5-star reviews. And on top of that, it has RFID blocking technology, which means your information is safe from digital pickpocketers. The durable materials mean that each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. The Ridge team is so confident you'll like it that they'll let you test drive it for 45 days, and if you don't like it, you get your money back. So if you'd like to upgrade your pocket situation, head on over to ridge.com/Aaronitmar and be sure you use code Aaronitmar for 10% off your order plus free worldwide shipping. But back to the topic of those Sakurai presentations, I really think that they are going to continue to do that for the rest of the DLC characters because they've just been so well received. People just love them, especially when you compare it to Joker's actual overview, which was just generic gameplay with the voiceover guy. They just don't feel the same. Even though that voiceover guy is going to be doing some voiceover work no matter what, because he still has to translate what Sakurai says, the fact that Sakurai is on screen, he's using the controllers, he's the one who's actually saying the words, playing the game, it just feels more special that way, and I don't know, it gives us a deeper connection to this guy, this developer who makes the game that we all just love so much. So that's my prediction for the actual backdrop. I don't know if it will be paired with a Nintendo Direct the way they've done in the past, where the Direct drops first and then they say tune in afterwards for the reveal of the new Smash character with Smash director Masahiro Sakurai. I don't know if it'll be that. Nintendo has not really been big on the Directs lately. The last one was a Nintendo Direct Mini, which was just uploaded. It wasn't even a full-on live stream, so it's really hard right now to predict what Nintendo is going to do. I just think that it is indeed going to be Sakurai showing us the character. Another thing that I want to predict is what the Mii Fighter costumes may be. Now, this is all going to be dependent on what the character is actually going to be, but if it does end up just being Springman and Ribbon Girl, we already have Springman and Ribbon Girl as Mii Fighter costumes, so I think it would be really cool if they added a few of the more popular ARMS characters as Mii Fighter costumes as well. If they aren't involved with the character in any way, then I would love to see Min Min, Twintelle, and Ninjara as the 3 ARMS Mii Fighter skins. It just seems like it would round off the Mii Fighter skins for that franchise perfectly, especially because those 3 are also the spirits that have been chosen to be in the Smash Ultimate base game. On top of that, I think that Dr. Coyle, assuming he's not a part of the character again, would be neat as another Mii Fighter skin. It just feels like villains when it comes to franchises in Smash are not really as developed as the protagonists, which of course makes sense, but I do like when villains get involved in some way, and if he's just going to be a Mii Fighter skin, I think that would be enough, but, you know, it's hard to say because we just don't know who this character is. I know a ton of people have talked about having Dr. Coyle be the actual full-on character, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about just the villain being added to Smash. It would be like having Ganondorf without Link. It would just feel weird. Now, if somehow it was an Echo Fighter situation, or, you know, a full-on other character, I don't know, I would feel a bit better about it, but just having the full villain of the game as the only representative of ARMS, it just doesn't feel right to me. I can't explain it. It just feels off. But yeah, we're definitely getting Mii Fighter outfits alongside Springman. It's just become a Smash tradition at this point. It's the closest thing right now that we're going to get to having full-on DLC costumes in the game. They just sort of designate that only for Miis, which personally disappoints me, but, you know, what can you do? But we're definitely getting them. Maybe the number will go down, but I think that it's unlikely that we'll get nothing. And I only talked about the ARMS first party directly related to the fighter that we're getting costumes. I didn't talk about the random third-party ones that they always throw in there, which are a lot harder, to be fair, to predict because they are just completely out of nowhere. I mean, I could name drop a random character and it would be just as likely as someone else. You know, no one expected Sans, so anything is possible for them, and to guess a third-party one would just be a complete and absolute shot in the dark. The only thing that I feel like I could additionally reasonably predict without just getting way too specific is whether or not we're going to see the reveal of Fighter 7 alongside the reveal of Fighter 6. And I honestly feel like it's going to depend on whether or not we get a full-on Nintendo Direct or just a Sakurai presentation. E3 2020 has been canceled as a result of the quarantine, and so any announcements that were going to happen during the event have now been relegated to whatever the company decides. Some of them will probably just do Twitter reveals, some will probably do YouTube trailers, and I know that Nintendo hasn't really historically in the last few years had an actual E3 presentation on the show floor, but they have always done a Nintendo Direct around the same time as E3. You know, it's the big gaming news time. It would make absolutely no sense for them not to reveal something during this time. They've just always done it on their own live streams. So it's really going to depend on whether Nintendo decides to do a Direct around the time that they were going to for E3 anyway. I would imagine that they could if they really wanted to. Nothing about the Nintendo Directs really requires anybody to be there in person. They can all do their filming from home and just send it into a remote editor. And because it's just a simple live stream, nobody really needs to be there. They just make it go live and then, you know, it's done. So it's all really going to depend on whether Nintendo still does that. Personally, I think if Nintendo is going to do a Nintendo Direct, then we will see the dual reveal. I think they love to do those for around E3. We saw that with Hero and Banjo. It was the only time that we had a dual reveal of any of the DLC fighters. So I absolutely think that they will do that if the Direct happens. If we're just going to be having a Sakurai presentation, then I think it's likely we will only get the reveal of the ARMS character, simply because we have never seen a dual reveal for the Sakurai showcases yet. The most we've had is a single reveal, but quarantine has thrown a screw into everything, so it's very possible that we could. I mean, your guess is as good as mine, especially because that's not even really a rule per se, that's just historically what has happened so far. So anything is possible. I'm simply basing that on what we've seen historically so far. And that really is all I feel that I can actually reasonably predict for this upcoming Direct. Anything more specific like the moveset or the stage, and I just stand to be far more incorrect and, you know, just go off on a tangent. Not to mention that you could give one character to 5 developers and get 5 different movesets out of it, so it's very easy to just simply not get things accurate and just, you know, have a different concept in mind. So I'm not even going to pretend to try, because, you know, not only would it be a topic for a different video, but it's probably not going to end up the way that we think anyway. So I don't know, there's just not really anything more for me to predict. So I would love to know what you guys think about my predictions down in the comments. What are your own predictions for this upcoming direct, or upcoming reveal, I should say, of the character? How is it going to go down? I would love to hear your thoughts down in those comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, and if you are new, please of course subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, and I hope you have an awesome day.